Okay, top of the morning, top of the morning. I hope everybody got their water today to start their day. Let me take a sip real quick. Man, we ready to start. Good morning and top of the morning, top of the Friday. Good morning. So I wanted to hop on here really quick and talk to you about why exhaustion doesn't make you sleep longer. Most people think that just by getting really sleepy that they're going to crash. They're going to really get some deep sleep that they've been wanting for a while. And so they run around, they have these busy days, they go to the gym, and maybe that's you. Maybe you're trying to figure out, why am I not like sleeping deeply? Why am I not resting? I mean, I had such a busy day. Maybe you were around chasing the kids or the grandkids, or you had a full schedule and you're still waking up early, sleeping light, waking up at the same time, which is super early in the morning. And so I wanted to create this quick video just to explain why that happens through a nervous system lens. And also through a nervous system lens, I wanted to show you a simple downshift that you can do starting tonight. That's going to help you start to downshift that feeling that you have to win at sleep, or you have to get sleep. Because one thing I do talk about a lot is you can't win at sleep. You can't get sleep, right? Sleep has to be an effect of what you do during the day, right? So let's start off by saying, if you ever feel exhausted, but you still can't sleep deeper and longer, that's the tired but wired nervous system response. Okay, it's called the tired but wired, or you can say the tired but alert nervous system response. It doesn't mean you're broken, right? This is like super insanely common, matter of fact, and it's a frustrating thing, because it's like your body doesn't want to go out, even though your mind wants to be KO'd. You want to get that deep sleep. It's like your body and your mind are having this tug of war, right? And exhaustion is fatigue, right? Exhaustion is simply fatigue. So you think it makes sense to get super tired to get that sleep, but you're not understanding that sleep is a permission, right? Sleep isn't something that you win. It's not a trophy. It's a permission. It's an allowing, right? So you can be low on energy and still be high on alert. I'll say that again. You could be low on energy but still high on alert. And if your body learned that the nighttime equals stress, thinking, loneliness, pressure, danger, worry, all these things, then it won't fully let go. Does that make sense? So when your nervous system or your system is vigilant, it's always on the lookout for what's coming up next, what's on the to-do list tomorrow, what we got to do, bills will be paid, and all these different stressors. You sleep lighter and you wake up easier, okay? Because it's not a sign that you're weak, right? It's not a sign that you're broken. It's not a sign that your age caught up to you. It's not a sign that something bad's going to happen. Now, this is for educational purposes, right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that there's not any other issues that probably could be happening, but if everything is good from your doctor and health wise, you're good, everything else is taken care of, then this is something else, right? Because your brain is monitoring. And this is something that's happening at a deeper level, at a nervous system level, 9 times out of 10. So what I wanted to do is give you a quick downshift here. 3 steps to sleep longer. Okay, we call this the three-step sleep longer downshift. All right. Number one, you want to remove the pressure. Okay, you want to remind yourself that you can say to yourself, my job is to rest. Sleep can happen on its own. Your job is just to rest. Sleep will take care of itself, right? So you can say to yourself, my job is to rest. Sleep can take care of itself. Sleep can happen on its own, right? That's step number one. Step number two, you want to make sure that you're incorporating the breath, right? This is so important because the breathing does control the emotions, right? Your breath is directly tied to emotions. There's books on breathing. There's so much information out on the internet about breathing, how important it is. One of the first things you can do when you feel stressed is to make sure that your exhale becomes longer than the inhale. That automatically downshifts that emotion and it lightens the intensity. So if you inhale for 4, try to exhale for 8, right? If you can't get the full 8, then try to exhale for 6, right? And you do that for about 5 to 10 rounds. And you automatically just, it clicks, that downshifting occurs, and then that emotion starts to soften, that intensity, especially at night, starts to come down, and that worry starts to come down, and you start to give your body that permission to sleep like you want. Okay, so that's step number 2. The third step is called the body cue. Okay, now the body cue is, again, noticing the parts of the body where you hold most stress. Most people hold stress at 3 parts of their body, right? 3 parts of their body, most people hold stress. They hold stress in their jaws. Okay, right now, you could just check your jaws. Just we generally, when we're relaxed, we have a space in between the upper and the lower jaw, right? Between the upper and the lower jaw. Just notice that space. Notice that space. And you'll automatically start noticing, oh, maybe I was clenching my jaw, right? And do this throughout the day. You'll notice more and more that you tend to hold tension in your jaw. Okay. The second part of your body that holds a lot of tension is your shoulders. I do this all the time. I'm holding up my shoulders, especially when I'm trying to brace for some news. Maybe I think it's going to be some bad news or something. That happens all the time. So constantly reminding myself, drop my shoulders, relax the shoulders, because the shoulders hold the most amount of stress. Okay, when you focus on the jaws, the shoulders, the last part of the body that holds a lot of stress is the belly, specifically the diaphragm, right? This diaphragm, the belly area here, we hold a lot of stress, right? They even say that this part of the body, if you like believe in chakras and everything, this is like the inner child, or the part of the body that's you have to brace, for information. You hold a lot of tension here, especially when you're trying to when you're going throughout your day, right? And you hold a lot of tension in this area. So just watching your belly, and making sure that your belly is not you know tight, just releasing it. Now this takes a lot of attention and a lot of constant focus to do, right? But it's one of those things where you realize, how much tension you were holding in these areas that contribute to you holding stress throughout the day. And they contribute to when you're getting ready for bed too, because once again, sleep is a permission. It's not something that you win. And the trap is trying to win sleep. That's the trap. The nervous system reads that any sort of wanting to get sleep or win sleep, that's just a signal to your nervous system that there's something urgent that needs to be accomplished. And urgency keeps you awake. Okay, urgency keeps you awake. So if you're exhausted but you're sleeping longer, don't add more effort. Urgency keeps you awake. You want to add more safety. Okay, so I want you to try that sleep longer downshift I was telling you about. Remove the pressure. Remind yourself, my job is to rest. Sleep can happen on its own. Next, you want to have that exhale be longer than the inhale. That's one thing you can do even throughout the day. Try this today, right? Third thing is the body cues. Notice the jaws, notice the shoulders, notice the diaphragm, the stomach. Are you holding tension in there, right? And you can begin to release that, and just notice how that release of tension allows for you just to go about your day more smoothly and drop down into deeper and longer sleep, and just by doing these small things. All right. So I hope that this was I hope we dropped some value. I hope I dropped some value for you to pick up on this Friday. If you have any questions, please, if you have any suggestions, drop in the comments. You can even comment the word safety in the comments, or you can DM me the word safety, and I'll drop the simple nighttime downshifts for you in a PDF version, okay, to remind you. If you have a specific question, or you want to have a strategy call with me, a free 15-minute strategy call on how to help your situation with your sleep, just go ahead and comment or DM me sleep, and I'll get back to you, okay? So let's make this week, this is the wrap up of the, I believe it's the second to last week of the year. So I hope we're going into this new year with, positive intentions, or at least some intentions that are better than last year. Okay, so let's start it off with a boom. You don't have to get started with the New Year's resolutions in 2026. You can start right now. And if that's sleep, then you can start right now. Utilize these tools and start getting better sleep right now. Why wait? All right. So have a great weekend. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.